Alright. Here we go. Let me... Alright. There we go. It has my name on the bottom left of my avatar, but you know what? I don't feel like going through and trying to fix it. Oh boy. This is the end of the expansion's main scenario, the main quest. So let's see what happens. Oof. Already excited. And Alize has the quest. Alright. The company we keep. Ah, resistance. Ha. Ah, the sylphs. Ah, yes. Oh, they were she was worried because not all of them were here.
Esteemed guests, you honor us with your presence. As there is much to discuss, let us begin.
Information on our taken brethren you have, yes? Hear it we would.
Ooh, voice acting of the Beast Tribes. We haven't heard that in a while, haven't we?
Beyond forgiveness these featherless ones are. With rivers of blood shall they pay. Freed our people must be.
We too would see your kin liberated. But ere we attempt their rescue, we must first find a means to negate the risk of tempering. Without that, we will be unable even to approach the towers, let alone contend with their defenders.
If all else fails, I've always found cannonballs quite effective.
And what of the prisoners? Would you see them slaughtered?
Think for a moment. Ponder, consider, think. If Merlwyb truly intended to bombard the towers, she would have done so by now. Remember, we came here to find a solution together, did we not?
Y'Stola spoke of defenders. I but offered a means to clear a path, should you require it.
Given the enemy's capabilities, we will all need to play our part if we are to have any chance of success. For if any here should give less than their best, it will be to the cost of every living being on this star.
A paragon, the Empire, our very gods. How can we hope to prevail against such odds?
That our foe is formidable, none would deny. But our strengths are many and varied. In this chamber, I see masters of strategy, masters of magic, masters of the land, the air, and the sea. And together, there is nothing in creation we cannot overcome.
Okay. Meryl smiled. She knows what happened.
What is it, Sir Walker? Do not express your passion thus. A little Chrissy will have deals, perhaps. Suffice it to say, I am proud to be counted amongst Eorzea's finest. We Sahagin will play our part.
We kobolds have not forgotten the crimes the Overdwellers committed against us in the past. But today we look to the future, as allies united in purpose.
Make mock of the Ixal the Paragon does. Turns kin into puppets. Pits brother against brother. Free them from his grasp, we shall.
As Patriarch Zadar will attest, the Scions have granted us a means to free your brethren from their thraldom. This boon we will gladly share, that your people might never be enslaved again.
We accept, we accept!
Praise me!
It's taken a while, but I do believe we might be one step closer to a world without primals. Would that Minfilia were here to see it.
So in 1.0, Minfilia actually wanted to unite the Beast Tribes and the city-states together against the Empire. That was like one of her main goals near the end of 1.0.
We still have a long way to go, and we're going to need a lot more Porksies. but we're moving in the right direction.
If I may have your attention, there is one other point I would like to raise. As we can all agree, freeing those held captive must take precedence over every other concern. But experience has taught us that none save those with the capacity to resist tempering can hope to enter the towers unscathed. And even once inside, a still greater threat may yet await them, that which we call a primal. Needless to say, if we are to succeed, engaging with such foes can only ever be considered a last resort. And so I move that we seek to prevent them from being summoned in the first place.
Yes! Both prayer and ether are needed for the ritual. Should either one be denied, the summoning would fail.
Indeed. And so we must endeavor to discover the source of the ether on which the process depends. Do so, and it may present a way to halt the summonings, or perhaps even neutralize the towers entirely.
A promising proposal. While you are conducting your investigations, however, we will need to remain vigilant, lest the Telophoroi commit further abductions and summon primals ere we have the means to prevent them. To stand a better chance of keeping our enemy at bay, we would do well to coordinate our defensive efforts, sending reinforcements to assist our neighbors when needed.
We Amalja would have been overwhelmed were it not for our newfound allies. But say the word, and we shall come.
I see we are all in accord. But what are we to call this proud fellowship of ours? I submit that the honor of naming it should go to the scion whose brave efforts have done so much to unite Eorzea. What say you, my friend?
Nah.
But that's the name I...
Ha!
A fine choice, for there is none here who does not love Eorzea.
Aye, in that we shall ever be united.
United in our gratitude for the realm that gave us life.
Then let it be recorded that on this day, the Grand Company of Eorzea was born.
Crystal Braves 2 Electric Boogaloo.
How long have we dreamed of this moment? And now that it's here, Oh, forgive me. Might we speak outside?
Ha! You know, maybe I should start, like, reading these off. As I once explained to Mance, I spent a long time agonizing over my failure to alert you to the traitors in our midst. For my negligence, I was captured along with many others, and we were powerless to prevent the tragedies that ensued. Not a day goes by that I do not think back to those fateful events. By joining the Scions, I hope to redeem myself, and I will continue to serve the cause for as long as I am able. But that wasn't my only reason. When we were finally reunited at the Rising Stones, you refused to blame anyone but yourself for the fall of the Crystal Braves. And in spite of everything that had happened, everything you had suffered, you took us back without a moment's hesitation. We would not have blamed you had you turned us away, but when you gave us your trust instead, what else could we do but try to repay it? Nothing, that's what. As for me own tale, well, I've always felt the Scions had something in common with me old crew. The duty of the strong is to protect the weak. That was our creed, and I still strive to live by it to this day. But as time goes on, I've learned that strength comes in many shapes and sizes. From Horig Boulder to Mistress Hitaru, we've all got something to offer. And not one of us is doing it for personal gain, because we believe there's more important things than that, things worth protecting, which is what being a Scion's all about. I am at a loss for words. Thank you, my friends. To hear this from you means more than you know. Forgive me, Mance, could you... Why do you think the Crystal Braves ended in failure? Well, its founding ideals were something to be proud of, but ideals alone don't make a crew. For every swab who signed up with good intentions, there was another who was only in it for the coin, the glory, or both. Ours was quite a disreputable band, and while I will never forgive Ilberd, the fact that we managed to function at all was thanks in large part to his efforts. It's just a pity he was doing it all for all the wrong reasons, eh? Only takes one bad apple, they say, and the Braves were a barrel full of them. Not like the Scions. We might look like a ragtag band of misfits, but deep down, we've all got that shared sense of purpose. And why? Because Tataru stifed out all the glory hunters before they even made it through the door. I see. So while our ranks compose a diverse range of people, each with their own individual strengths, we are all united in purpose. Thank you, my friends. With your permission, I shall make a record of our discussion and refer to it when drafting my recommendations. Until we meet again. I'm not good at narrating. I will get a bottle of water if I'm going to do this. Alright. After the company of heroes went their separate ways, I did try working on my own for a bit, and I'll admit, it was nice being able to pick my own battles, but if you want to make a real difference, you need to find a good crew and stick with them. Speaking of former Crystal Braves, I have not seen Argmuus, I'm not even sure how to say that, of late. Constantly away on missions as he is, I wonder how he fares. I don't remember that one. Alphino is keen to hear what Alize and Graha have learned from the Braves and who turned their back on the cause. Well, I think we've taken up enough of our colleagues' time, and I am conscious that less life-affirming testimonies await. Let's make our way to Gradotnia and hear what the others have learned. I will say my inventory is freaking stuffed, so I'm gonna do this real quick. Do this while I can. I do need to go through this, but I've not really been on recently. And they're saying the same things. Alright. And I think that's the Lancers Guild. Yep. When Alize sets her mind on something, there is no stopping her. And her mind was truly set on finding former Braves. For a while, I even feared what she might do to them, but in the event, she was admirably civil for the most part. On the way here, I took the opportunity to write up my notes from our conversation with Eleni and Riol. All that remains is to aid Alize and Graha's findings, whatever they may be. Thanks to Tataro's ever-dependable intelligence, we managed to track down a handful of former Braves without any great difficulty. Some were forthright, others less so, but we heard enough to form a picture. I must warn you, Alphino, some of their comments were harsh. I can well imagine, but their opinions are no less vital to my report. I seek the unvarnished truth. Thank you. I will set about adding your findings to my own at once. In the meantime, pray go ahead to Little Solace and seek out Elder Frixio. I will join you anon. Leave me to attend to my report and join the others in Little Solace. I shan't keep you waiting long. I know how playful the sylphs can be. Man, haven't been over here in a while. This one heard, this one felt. Walking One has been judged worthy by Lord Ramu. That's an old one. Though I had the honor of sharing a table with Elder Frixio in Alamigo, I did not have the opportunity to speak with him. I do hope my studies have granted me a sufficient grasp of his people's customs. Oh, you have no idea. Now that I think about it, of the four of us, only you and Alphino have any real experience in conversing with sylphs. Still, it can't be that hard, can it? Oh, you have no idea. Ah, welcome Brave Ones and Friends of Brave One. Welcome Brave One and Friends of Brave One. How good it is to see Walking Ones again so soon after the meeting. Should this one perform the customary dance of greeting? No, be at ease. It is true that these ones once delighted in making Walking Ones dance, but no more. Horned One Kane Senna said that Walking Ones would be coming to Little Solace. Imperial Ones also invaded Sylphlands and abducted many of these ones, so these ones will be glad to hear their messages between fighting friendly ones. That is heartening to hear, Elder. It would require all ones to work in unison to stop Telophori. These ones will try very hard, of course, but in matters of war, these ones have little experience. Any advice Walking Ones can provide would be most welcome. Oh, another pretty silver-haired one, and in quite a hurry, it seems. Oh, Alphino. Alize, you must come quickly. Whatever's the matter, Alphino? Don't tell me you couldn't read my handwriting. What? No, a twin adder officer accosted me as I was about to set out. Charlayan has sent an envoy who is due to arrive in Gridania at any moment. An envoy? Could it be that Kryl has managed to sway the Forum? We shall know soon enough, but there is more. The envoy has requested that the two of us attend the audience with the Elder Seedseer. Really? I can see why they might want Scions to be present, but us specifically? Wait, it isn't who I think it is. Oh, it's their father. It is. I could scarce believe it myself, but when I inquired as to the envoy's identity, I was told it was one I don't even know how to speak French names, honestly. Levieux. That's their dad. Your father? Well now. The fact that a serving member of the Forum had journeyed here would be surprise enough, but him? Quite. I glean from this they are taking the matter seriously. That may be, but why him and not one of the other 98 Forum members, unless he volunteered for it? It's been some time since you last saw your father, has it not? Could it be that he is concerned for your well-being? Probably not. Perhaps. But he has always been reluctant to discuss his work with us. Indeed, and whenever we write to our parents, it is invariably our mother who replies. Nevertheless, I welcome the opportunity to meet him after so long, even if it is secondary to his true purposes here. Elder Frixio, loath as I am to cut our visit short, we must return to Gridania. Pray accept my apologies along with my report. Never mind, there will be time to talk later. This one won't keep Walking Ones from more urgent matters. Go! The audience will be held at the Lotus Stand where the Elder Seedseer awaits even now. Let us be on our way. I mean, he requested the twins, not me and Graha and I. But I guess we're going anyway. Don't mind this one. Walking one should head back to Gridania with the others. If this one has any questions about this one will be sure to send word. Lots of teleporting. Conjurer's Guild. Welcome, Warrior of Light. The Elder Seedseer and your friends are waiting within. I love this area. It's a nice little area. After all this time away, it would be good to see my father, even if it is an official meeting. 99 may seem like a rather lot of members, but before the Forum was founded, every person of age in Charlene was given equal say in its governance. Many of the institutions that are still active today were established by the people's vote, not least the Studium. As Alize and I were constantly reminded during our time there, it is an example of what can be achieved through absolute democracy. During my time in Charlayan, I heard much of Forchillon. I don't even know how to say it. I don't speak French. I don't know how to pronounce French. He is a gifted speaker, known amongst other things to be for the uncompromising application of foreign policy. He's gonna be a bit of a douche. My friends, I thank you all for coming so swiftly. Word of his visit took us quite by surprise. When the Alliance granted Mistress Kryl permission to request Charlayan's aid, we did not anticipate so prompt a reply, much less that it would be delivered by a member of the Forum. What the nature of the reply may be, we shall soon discover.
Elder Seedseer, I thank you for granting me this audience. I am Forchino Leveilleur, here in my capacity as representative of the Forum.
It is I who should thank you, Master Forchino, for journeying so far and so swiftly. Would that our first meeting could have been under happier circumstances.
Forchino.
It has been too long, Father. You look well.
As do you both. Ameliance will be glad to hear that you are taking care of yourselves.
They seem to like having their hair stylistically in front of their eyes.
How is Mother?
She misses you terribly, of course, but is otherwise a picture of health. Circumstances apart, I'm grateful that our meeting has afforded me the chance to be reunited with my children at long last. And I believe I also owe you thanks for the hospitality you showed my father, Louisois, during his sojourn in Eorzea.
All thanks we owe to him. In the days prior to the 7th Umbral Calamity, it was your father's tireless efforts which granted us a means to vanquish the primals.
Except for Louisois, he didn't wear his hair in front of his eye.
Were it not for him, our strength would have been quite spent by the time the Empire arrived. That Gridania still stands is in large part his achievement. He was a great man.
He would doubtless have been moved to hear you say so. I must confess, however, that I opposed his decision to intervene. And my position remains unchanged.
To chart the course of history, not to change it. I am familiar with the Sharlayan stance.
It is more than that. It is our way of life, who we are. But I came here not to deliver a lecture, but the Forum's answer to your request. Sharlayan will under no circumstances intervene in the conflict between Eorzea and the Garlean Empire.
May I ask for what reason the Forum has come to this decision? The final days spell the end not only for Eorzea, but the entire world.
The final days? Pray spare me your hyperbole. This conflict is no more than the latest in a series of petty squabbles between yourselves and Garlemald, one in which Sharlayan will take no part. If the final days were truly upon us, we would know.
Father, you must ask the Forum to reconsider. You may feel safe on your little island across the waves, but if you imagine the Telophoroi will leave you be, you are mistaken. They mean to kill us all, themselves included.
Alphino is right. We have seen what the enemy is capable of, the lengths to which they'll go. This is no time to turn a blind eye. If Eorzea falls, so too will Sharlayan. So if you truly love our homeland, you will join us. Now, before it's too late.
I thought you knew better than to raise your voice to your elders. It seems I was wrong. Wrong to ever let you leave, Sharlayan. I consoled myself that your time abroad would instill in you some hint of restraint, of discipline, but I see now that Eorzea has made fools of you both. Have you forgotten why it was that I so vehemently opposed your grandfather's departure? For all his wisdom, his only solution was to go to war.
Those were two bot messages at the same time. Holy. Okay.
Death, devastation, ruin. Even those who claim victory are scarred for life. What prize could ever justify such sacrifice? It is the duty of the learned to avert such tragedy. By fanning the flames of war, you forsake all you once held dear.
Oh. I'm torn between these first two options. You know for sure he's heard the second one. I'm torn between these first two. I'm flipping a coin. Alright. Better to fight and fail than wait for the axe to fall.
I see your friend shares your misguided ideals. But unlike him, you should know better. By espousing such barbaric notions, you subvert the teachings of Sharlayan and place all we have worked for in jeopardy. Alphino, Alize, as of this moment, you shall no longer bear the name of Leveilleur.
Oh, shit.
What?
Father.
How you choose to live your lives is no longer my concern. If you wish to walk the path of ruin, I will not stand in your way.
Master Fortuneau, while Charlian may have no intention of intervening in this conflict, we can still part as friends. Will you not stay and speak with us, that we might learn of Charlian's hopes for the morrow?
I have said what I came here to say. Any further discussion would be meaningless.
Father! Wait! Don't bother, Alize!
How can you stand there and watch him walk away? How can you let this happen?
I'm gonna be honest, I saw that coming. Is it we who walk the path of ruin? Time will tell. In order to avoid conflict with Garlemald, the Forum went so far as to order the abandonment of an entire city-state. Their refusal to aid us now is, I am sorry to say, entirely consistent with their historic position. It was not so very long ago that we had a friend and neighbor in Charlayan, and so I clung to the hope that she might yet lend us her strength. But when she forsook Dravanya, it would seem she forsook us all. Also, welcome for the follow. Hey, it's Jordan. So that's what he came here to say. That we're all fools for having the temerity to defend ourselves against the Telophori, and as for the rest, like it or not, this was the Forum's decision, to watch from afar while Eorzea burns. Father was but the messenger, and as he handed down their judgment, I could think of nothing to say that would possibly say him. I still can't. To have prolonged the discussion would have changed little, for it is not only... Fuck, I already forgot how to say his name. Who must be persuaded, but the Forum as a whole. The decision was made ere your father crossed the sea. Nor is it like to be changed, and so we shall face Telophori without their aid. Forgive me, but if they had no intention of helping us, then why would they go through to the trouble of sending an envoy in the first place? Why did I not simply keep their counsel as they are wont to do? No. Phone call. Mance, has Master... I said it 3 times earlier to try to remember, and I don't remember. Arrived yet. Blah 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 blah. Then it is as I feared, my efforts were in vain. I pleaded our case to as many Forum members as I could, but they flatly refused to discuss the matter. No, that's not exactly true. I should rather say that they ignored every word I said on the subject, without exception. It was almost unnerving. Could it be they were hiding something from us that would go some way to explain his performance? When he said that they would know if the final days were truly upon us, I dismissed it as pride. But what if they genuinely believe that they know how the world will end, and simply disagree with us about the circumstances? That I don't know, but something tells me they are not as concerned about the Telophori as they claimed. Not as unconcerned, I should say. If the threat were real, why else would we be so standoffish and secretive? Weren't real, yeah. I would very much like to delve deeper into this, but I'm afraid I've exhausted every avenue of inquiry. Nor have I fared any better with my other missions, researching Hydaelyn and the Ethereal Sea. I tried enlisting the help of experts in the fields, but it appears the Forum has forbidden anyone with cooperating with us. Obstructed at every turn. So it would seem, but do not lose heart just yet. With all the knowledge and acquaintances we have between us, we can still find a way forward. To that end, I would like you all to join me here, when the time is right, of course. I am aware that matters in Eorzea stand on a knife edge, but with your permission, I can at least start making the necessary arrangements. Well, there are 1 or 2 things to take care of here first. After which, assisting me would seem a sweet relief, I'm sure. While you attend to matters heroical, I shall see about securing entry for you all, and will let you know when everything is in order. Take care in the meantime, won't you? Your speculations give me cause to hope. If these seeds will bear fruit, I cannot say. While it is possible the Charlayans hold some secret truth from us, there can be no certainty that its exposure will prompt in them a change of heart, and so, for the present, we must needs confront the blight in which we find ourselves. The Forum has refused to request for aid, and it falls to us alone to contend with the Telophoroi. Even with all of you Eorzea standing united, there is no guarantee that we will prevail. What does Sharlayan intend to do if we fail? With their knowledge, Sharlayan could have done so much more for the cause. They could have helped us to uncover the secrets of the towers and save the tempered captives within, and yet, gods! Throughout my childhood, I remember grandfather arguing with my father over Sharlayan's policy of non-intervention, and this time it was my turn to play the role. But even if my grandfather could not win him over, what chance had I? If words exist that may sway him, I know not what they are. The Forum includes representatives from all of Sharlayan's central institutions. With them hindering Kryle's investigations, she will struggle to make any headway on her own. Death unto Dawn. Oh, we got Shush. That's the name of this patch, Death unto Dawn. While Sharlayan's stance is indeed disappointing, we cannot allow ourselves to be distracted from the challenge before us. There is much and more to be done. I shall begin by sharing the Forum's response with my counterparts in the Alliance. Meanwhile, I would ask that the Scions... Grave tidings, Walk Ones! Grave tidings! Calm yourself, my gentle friend. What has occurred? These ones who want to see Feather Ones send terrible news. Destroying Ones have appeared in Zelphatol. Destroying Ones and captured Ones, and even frightfully godly Ones. Feather Ones didn't stand a chance and were sent flapping and squawking. When did this happen? Is it too late to help them? Too late, yes, much too late, but luckily Destroying Ones were only passing through and continued on west. Feather Ones who did not fight were left unharmed. That would be Korthos. Korthos. My lady, the Estalians report that the Telophoroi have emerged from the eastern highlands of Korthos and are marching at speed. Though the purpose has yet to be determined, the Cartano Flats would seem their most likely destination. Lord Emmerich has already dispatched his forces and requests our immediate support. Tell him that she here shall have it. The time has come for the Grand Company of Eorzea to prove its worth. Well, mayhap it is a mercy that we do not have time to stew upon our misfortunes. Come, my friends, let us make haste to Cartano. Wait, this one almost forgot. Destroying Ones were said to be led by Cackling Robed One. This one must see that all walking ones know. Farewell. Than Daniel. Who else? It was only a matter of time before that grinning maniac showed himself again. I shall have an airship ready to bear you to Cartano. Pray see to your preparations and report to the landing with all haste. At once, my lady. Let us away. The airship will be ready to depart ere long. I bid you make for the landing as soon as you are able, and may the 12 keep you. I totally did just spend money for teleporting here. Alphino has been unexpectedly delayed, but you should go and see for yourself. He's by the entrance. I have apprised our comrades at the Rising Stones of the situation. They will head directly to Carta now. Oh yeah, I still have to do that quest right there. For Dola? Come on, this will only take a moment, alright? Mance, it would seem Fordola has come all the way to Gridania to find us. I have explained the situation, but she insists her business is urgent. Aye, and it will all be over soon if you shut up and come with me. Ah, Arnvald. We passed right by him or something.
Arenvald! I can't tell you how good it is to see you.
It arrived a lot sooner than expected, eh? The day I craned my neck up at you.
Only because you're sitting down. Unless...
Afraid so. The Chirurgeons say I may never walk again.
Aww.
Come on, Alphino, it could be worse. Besides, I didn't come here to dampen the mood. Quite the opposite. All I've ever wanted was to fight for a cause I believe in. But my fighting days are over. So I want you to fight in my stead. Be the hero I can't.
I am no hero.
That's what they all say, though. No one ever calls themselves a hero. Even the ones who eat primals for breakfast. It's for others to decide. Look, Alphino. You already are a hero. To me and countless others. We see you doing your damnedest to protect us all. And you're not alone, are you? There are people who believe in you, just as you believe in them.
Some things may have changed, but the adventure isn't over yet.
I know what's at stake, and how many people are depending on you. But I believe in you. Believe that you'll see it through. That's why I'm entrusting my dreams to you. Like Albert and Owley once entrusted their dreams to me.
There was a time when I would have borne the weight of such expectations without a second thought. But now, I know just how heavy that burden can be. To tell the truth, I'm beginning to wonder if I chose the right path. Sacrifices will inevitably be made for the sake of the ideals I uphold. Maybe I am not the person I thought I was. The person you think I am.
I wouldn't presume to tell you. But I will say this. In spite of everything, you've come this far. The road ahead might not always be clear, but you've never been one to give up or take the easy way out. And everything you do for others. For a brighter future. I'm proud to call you my friend. Well, I've said my piece, so I'll let you go. I know you've got more important things to be doing. Just give what I've said some thought, all right?
I shall, my friend. And we will meet again soon, I promise.
Nothing left for me to do but wave and smile.
You've got a pretty narrow view of what it means to be a hero, do you know that? You think they're all forged in the fires of battle? That it's all about being brave and killing villains? Alphino and the others will carry on their fight. But theirs isn't the only one. There are other ways you can make a difference. If you stop feeling sorry for yourself and put your bloody mind to it.
Here I was thinking she was about to be a dick, and honestly, she's right.
There's not much chance of me living the quiet life with you around, is there?
If you're content to twiddle your thumbs thinking of what might have been, that's your lookout. Then I reckon you've got some fight left in you.
And I reckon you might be right. If there's a way I can still help my friends, I'll bloody well find it.
After Palgothon, I had assumed the Telophroi would continue to target settlements, but it is plain they considered Selphatol a mere obstacle on the road to Cartana. What then draws them to the flats? We must keep a close eye on their movements. I'd rather doubt that Fordwella obtained the I forgot how to say that, permission without bringing Arnvald halfway across the realm, and solely to deliver a message at that. They should have both had known better, but what is done is done. I shall not soon forget his words. I'm going to go back over there and see if they're over there. That would be funny. That'd be funny if they're still over here. They're not. Alright. You can tell me later what that was all about, but judging by the set of Alphino's jaw, it appears to have done him some good. Thankren and the others will have already left the Rising Stones, and according to the communications officer, Almalja and Kobold forces are also bound for Kotano as we speak. They mean to keep the promise they made in Alamigo, and we must do the same by saving as many of their tempered kin as possible. Anyway, the airship is ready to depart. We should get going. Upon joining the battle at Kotano, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended that you set blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Your progress through the battle will be saved at certain points. In the event that you are defeated, you will be able to try again from the most recent of these. Please note that if you enter the battles associated with other quests or log out from the game, this progress will be lost. Death unto Dawn. Voice acting?
My fellow Scions, as I am sure you will have heard, we can expect no help from Charlie, nor are we any closer to discerning the Telophroi grand design. And And now, our adversary moves against us in unprecedented numbers, compelling us to answer in kind. The outlook, in short, is bleak. Yet though our foes are many, and we but few, we may still tip the balance in Eorzea's favor.
Of course. We will do what we always do. Deal with the ones our allies can't. A less than daunting prospect, judging by your expression. Could it be that you've dispelled your lingering doubts, Alphino?
Oh, I doubt I ever will. But as my friends have kindly reminded me, I have come this far, and that must count for something.
Gods be good, Alphino. That's what we've been trying to tell you all along.
For one so bright, you can be remarkably dim at times. There is such a thing as overthinking, you know.
Might I suggest that we continue this conversation after the battle? It would appear that Telophoroi have already arrived.
I'll do what I can to cure the Tempered, but they'll have to be incapacitated first.
Have care, my friends, for none can say wherefore our foe did choose this fateful field to be our battleground. Whatever may transpire, pray grant him not the pleasure of deterring you.
Alrighty then. Listen well, friends, the Telophoroi are sweeping across Carton now. As for the Ascian, he was briefly sighted above the battlefield, but he has since vanished. He likely intends to watch events unfold from afar. Thus far, the movements of the lunar primals have proved difficult to predict. Even when poised to ambush our troops, they instead withdraw for some unknown reason. Whatever the Telophoroi's plan may be, the primals are our primary targets. Understood, they will not elude the Scions for long. Bring shadow, one brings a light. Two tone that first tongue.
Let's give it our all.
Road that we walk is lost in the flood. Here proud angels bathe their wages of blood. At this the world's end do we cast off tomorrow. Authors of our faiths, or clay of our race. Horse players on the stage, our defiance drives straight to the edge of reflections in the glass. Recollections of our past, swift as darkness, cold as ash, far beyond a stream of paradise lost. Glory be. Something's not right. As the Scions spread out across the field, Alize and Graha take the fight to the Telophoroi. This is a nice little cutscene here. Ah, roleplay mode. There are so many of them. Crimson Savior.
Allow me.
Just the beginning.
Right behind you.
It seems we've earned a moment's respite. Then let's take this opportunity to cure the tempered. I don't like the music. Hi, Fendaniel. Do you see that? The glyph? Yes. How worried should we be? Listen well and judge for yourself. Though I can see ethereal currents, I had not thoroughly examined those that flow through the heart of Cartano. But now that I am here, things have become clear. The flats conceal an etheric confluence, like to the pillars of the Azim Steppe, but greater in scale, far greater. The glyphs that Fandaniel has conjured reach into its very midst, and I believe I know their purpose. Should the lunar primals destroy them, it would spark a chain reaction with the potential to obliterate the confluence entirely. The resonant disruption to the flow of aether would sow chaos among the elements, prompting earthquakes, floods, and tempests large enough to lay waste to the realm. Oof. That he would go so far to cometh as little. That he would go so far cometh as little surprise. We must needs protect the confluence at all costs. There's barriers along the place that's kind of restricting the flow of aether. And if they get destroyed... Oh, hi, Lunar. Is that Odin? So the time has come to pit my blade against his. Follow my lead. Oh, I'm playing as a... Huh. Alright.
I shall protect thee.
Maybe I can hear that thing too.
Away with you!
The best defense is a good defense.
Oof. Meanwhile, Grahati and Elise prepare to lock swords with Luna Ravana. Oh boy. In the coming battle, you will fight as Grahatia. Alright, I got Foul Combo, Alagon, Blizzard 4, Lightning. That must be Ravana, former opponents by all accounts, but so are we. Take win, ye souls of war! Whoops. Kablam. At the self-same moment, you stand shoulder to shoulder with Alphino and Asinian, resolved to lay Lunar Ifrit low. Primal Judgment. Lunar Ifrit, the one Armvald and Ferdola encountered. One moment. I'll be a moment. 1 second. Sorry. Alright. Oh look, it's a Ifrit. I'm over here. This is not one to be taken lightly. Be on your guard. I know how this fight goes.
You're finished.
Yes, say you're finished to the nail. enemies. Okay, Estinian.
I have you now.
Okay, Estinian.
I will not be outdone.
And goodbye, Freet. That was nice. Now what? Van Daniel.
And thus another plan went up in smoke. I am beginning to see why Lord Xenos thinks so highly of you. Not that this changes anything, you understand. You have merely earned yourself a stay of execution.
Oh no, my plan has been ruined. But has it though? Oh no, my poor plan has been ruined. Oh. Alpha, no, I think he's dead. Alpha, no, I think he's dead. Alpha, no, I think he's dead. No, he's not dead yet. Oh no, he's dying.
Glory be to Garlemore.
Now he's dead. You're clenching your fist a lot, Alpha, no.
How fare the tempered?
We've treated as many as we can, but some were beyond help.
Do not hang your head so, brave scions. Though not all of our captured brethren could be saved, we are grateful for those whose minds have been restored. You could do no more, and that is enough. So please hold your heads high.
should have been quicker. But I'll do better next time. Thank you for your kind words. They mean a lot.
Oh, come on, Alphino.
A victory at great cost, but a victory nonetheless. We must stay strong and press on. Isn't that right?
To the very end.
To the very end.
The moon. Why does the moon look weird? Credits. Is lost in the flood. Just bailing waves of blood. And this the lieutenant do. We cast off tomorrow. Reflection in the glass, recollections of our past. Swift as darkness, cold as ash, caught beyond this dream of paradise lost. Finding home, finding hope, hold on to hope, home. Riding home, home, finding hope, hope, riding home, home. One brings shadow, one brings the light. One more chapter we've yet to write. Want for nothing, nothing denied. Wandering ended, futures aligned. One brings shadow, one brings the light. One brings shadow, one brings the light. Run for the light. Thanks for the follow, Magna. We fall. Yes, I do. We fall. We fall unto the end. The end. The end. Our end won't come. All my lost inside you, find light again. Then time, tumbling, turning, we seek amends. Eternal winds to the land descend. Our journey will never end. I'm bad at singing, I'm sorry. That was the last of my cup of water. I get all tingly when I sing. Is that just me? For those who fall into those who arise, of prayer to keep us ever by your side, an undying promise that we might carry on in a song. Pray don't forget us, your bygone kin, when one world's end does a new begin. And should our souls scatter unto the winds, still we shall live on. Stand tall, my friend. May all of the dark deep inside you find light again. This time, tumbling, turning, we make amends. Eternal winds from the land ascend, here to lift us that we won't end. No, my face and my face and hands get all tingly. Da na 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 na. Well, that was the end of Shadowbringers, the main quest line. This will not be continued until late November. Late November. That's a long way. At least it will seem like it seems like a long way, but who knows? Maybe it'll be shorter. Oh. This expansion, story-wise, this expansion was great. It was probably the best story of the entire game. Gameplay-wise, I'm conflicted about gameplay-wise and raid-wise and all of that. Some of it was good, some of it eh. Some of the quality of life that they did was great, and some of it was maybe a bit too simplistic. There are times when I remember I look back at Stormblood and think, I remember how complex this was, and how great it was to do these complex things, but they're now simple to do. and it just doesn't feel as good anymore. And that might be a more elitist raider point of view to take. But then I do look at the quality of life and think, oh yeah, this is simple now. More people can get into this game. More people can do this type of stuff. And not get utterly confused by the more complex stuff that it was back in Stormblood. And I look at that way and I think, oh, that's actually pretty great. But now I just look at it and I kind of miss the more complex stuff. Maybe not. It was a little bit more complex in Stormblood. I wouldn't say it was entirely more complex. I don't know. It might just be the nostalgia of Stormblood. The gameplay of Stormblood that I miss. There are some things where in hardcore, the more hardcore aspects of the game I miss, but the quality of life in the more casual side of things I enjoy. That's kind of just my take on the expansion. But overall, I love this expansion. I kind of miss Stormblood, but that just might be nostalgia talking. Because I'm going to be honest here. The storyline of Shadowbringers was great. But the thing about Stormblood I miss isn't really something that was with the game itself. Back in Stormblood, I have a lot more fond memories of raiding with people, of raiding with friends, of just playing with friends in general. And I don't know, during Shadowbringers that kind of dwindled a lot. A bit, I don't really know. But something about it just dwindled. And I feel that's not a fault of the game, and more so just me, just my friends that I used to play with and not playing the game as much anymore. Meanwhile, I'm still here carrying on with the game. But yeah, that's my take on Shadowbringers. I love the game. I love the story. The gameplay was pretty nice. I do miss Stormblood a bit, just more for nostalgia and memory of friends when I played with them. The raids this expansion were pretty okay. Eden was alright. There were some fights in Eden that I loved, some fights that I didn't. Yeah, I've done Eden Savage. I've cleared all of the fights in Eden Savage. I've done all the tiers in Savage. I've been best in slot on all 3 tiers. I will say my least favorite tier was probably... I don't know. I want to say it was Verse. The second tier. Yeah, I said Verse was my least favorite tier. I simultaneously loved and hated Shiva. Eden Shiva. The hate was from Light Rampant, and from the fact that if you wiped past the cutscene, it didn't checkpoint. They really should have put a checkpoint there. There you go. Yep, exactly. Not only was it light rampant in Shiva, but to be honest, fuck, what was the second fight of Verse? Oh yeah, Ifrit and Garuda. Eden, Ifrit, and Garuda, and then the Idol of Darkness. I didn't really like those fights in general. I was never I wasn't a fan of them. Ramu was fun. I loved Ramu. Shiva, if you could get past Light Rampant and not wipe, just get through the fight, it was fun. I liked it. Shiva was pretty nice, besides Light Rampant, and besides wiping and having to do the entire fight again and there was no checkpoint. But otherwise, I actually did like Shiva's fight. And to be honest, Light Rampant's issue was more so to people wanting to use a strat that wasn't really that good. The first tier of the fight, Gate, I enjoyed Gate. I'm trying to remember what the second fight of Gate was. What was the second? Oh yeah, it was Voidwalker, I think. Yeah. I liked the first fight. I liked going up against Eden. Voidwalker was pretty alright. I loved Leviathan. Titan was okay. As for the third tier, I enjoyed the third tier. Cloud of Darkness was pretty alright. Who was the second fight? Oh yeah, Shadowkeeper was alright. I liked those fights. Fuck, what was the name of the third fight? That fight was alright. Maybe my least favorite of... yeah, I'd say that was... I don't really know what my least favorite of the tier was. Thanjit, yeah. I'm just trying to remember what the title actually given to him was. But, yeah. The fourth fight, Eden's Promise was... Actually, I'd say Eden's Promise was my least favorite fight. Against Eden's Promise itself. The second part of the fight, when you face off against the Oracle of Darkness, I liked that. That was pretty nice. And I did enjoy that there was finally a checkpoint right there. I liked the Oracle of Darkness. That was a good fight. But yeah. I started Savage raiding back in way back in Alexander Creator. I never finished that tier though. My group was stuck on Cruise Chaser Savage. Never got past it. That was back when I was not as good at the game. I don't think I quote unquote got good until Sigmascape. Or at the very least, the very end of Deltascape. But definitely going into Sigmascape was when I'd say this is me talking about myself here, got better at the game. Oh yeah, no, I heard about Gordius Savage. I heard about Midas Savage. I started playing the game when Midas Savage was a thing. And I remember my friend screaming about fucking A6. A6, the ultimate before ultimates. Since it was the 4 fights in continuous. Yeah, whatever. Although I would say actually the Bahamut Savage fights. Yeah, I heard Midas. I've heard better things about Midas than Gordius. Yeah, I just remember my friend being frustrated at one of my friends being frustrated at A6. But oh lordy, A3 was it? Yeah, A3 was Pepsi Man. I do know the terror that is Pepsi Man, because I've cleared UCOB and T. I haven't done Uwu though, but I have cleared UCOB and T. I know the horror that is Pepsi Man, at least in T. But I am going... Yeah, that's what I've heard. There was so much gear gating on Gordius that I think by the time of Creator, you could just go in and with the crafted gear, pentamelded. I think by the time of Creator was when you could go in and with crafted pentamelded gear and being really good at the game, and you could clear the tier. Yeah. I don't know if that was the case with Midas. Probably was closer to that, but maybe not entirely. But yeah, I heard that Gordius was heavily gear blocked. Yeah. I'm probably gonna work on my relic much later. Maybe not today. There were other things I wanted to do besides Final Fantasy. I'm currently trying to do something for someone real quick. So this is a perfect time for the credits to be continue rolling. Yeah, I heard it was a mess. But, I'll get to it eventually. Like I said, I already have the, Edenmorn, I said I was BIS. I have the Edenmorn sword for Paladin. And I've seen the new Paladin sword for the Relic, and I'm not... The sword is okay, I don't like the shield. But I'm trying to do something real quick for someone. Oh, there's a link I can quickly throw. There's a link somewhere I can throw. Oh yeah, here it is. Oh, you did? Okay. Well, have that anyway. Because I'd already just looked for it and found it. Ending theme to the Edge, composed by Soken. He made that while he was in the freaking hospital. Can you believe that? That entire he composed that song while he was in the hospital, being treated for cancer. Can you fucking believe that? Fucking Soken, dude. God. I don't know, I looked back at the credits scene and I was helping someone with something. And I looked back at the credits scene and I saw the that song pop up on the credit list. Anyway, I'm going to continue on with this. We're going to skip the rest of these credits. Ah! Actually, this is perfect because I still need to help someone with something. I probably should have kept the credits rolling then. Alright. At the close of the battle, when the clouds parted and the moon shone down on us all, I can't well express how I felt. Somehow it seems more a beginning than an ending. The temper that we were able to treat will be taken to the city-states for observation. As soon as the Alliance is satisfied that they are fully recovered, they will be free to return home. It was decent of Lord Amric to bear us home aboard his airships. The gods only know how we would have squeezed this many people onto Bonanza. I would recommend that the Alliance keep a closer watch over Cartano. The Telophori may have failed in their attempt to destroy the Confluence this time, but there is not to stop them trying again. Many though the enemy were, their enemies consisted largely of tempered beastmen, with a few lunar primals to keep things interesting. The Garleans themselves ventured little and lost less. It has ever been the Empire's way to have others fight their battles, but even they would blush at the Telophori's use of tempered slaves. Hey, Tenebris, thanks for the raid, although I am kinda ending soon, whoops. The Cartano Flats seemed fated to play a prominent role in the history of the realm, do they not? I wonder, might the abundance of ether that floweth through the region have led the Allegons to entomb Omega there? Throughout the battle, I could not shake the feeling that all present were performing for the amusement of Fandaniel, nor did his blithe reaction to this latest defeat give me cause to think otherwise. I can only conclude that such failures are of little consequence to his broader scheme, whichever it may be. You should have seen my face when Lord Amric turned up on our doorstep. Did none of you think to send word he was bringing you home? I trust you all enjoyed a comfortable flight aboard the Pride of the Ishgardian fleet. Least you worry, the Bonanza has been towed to a nearby location to be retrieved at your convenience. You have thought of everything, Lord Amric, and may I say how much I appreciate the hospitality you afforded us on the way home. Think nothing of it. Our destination lay in the same direction, and it afforded me the perfect opportunity to learn how my errant friend has been since last he took his leave. It would seem you have finally found a place to settle down. Humph, I merely grow weary of wandering the Far East. Returning to more serious matters, while the Telophori have been driven from Cartano, 'tis like that the bulk of their forces yet remain. On the evidence of the Grand Company of Eorzea's first joint military operation, however, I am confident that we have the potential to meet such threats head-on, even without the aid of you and yours. As such, while our forces keep the Telophori at bay, I would ask that you apply your talents to the task of neutralizing the towers. A sensible division of labor. While the towers remain, so too will the threat of the lunar primals, and given our expertise in the field of aetherology, we are better qualified to find the solution. That we are, especially should it happen to lie beyond the Alliance's dominion. There is a time and a place for formal investigations, of course, but certain secrets are wont to hide where only enterprising individuals may venture. I cannot agree more. There are none better suited to this task, nor any upon whom I would rather rely. On behalf of the Alliance, I thank you. We look forward to receiving any information you are able to uncover. And with that, I must take my leave. Should you have need of assistance, pray do not hesitate to ask. Fare you well, my friends. One moment. I confess I had hoped to be able to study the towers more closely, vital as they plainly are to the Telophori's plans. If we can discern their ultimate function, we'll be one step closer to understanding our enemy's grand scheme. One moment again. Okay, I'm sorry. Should we succeed in neutralizing them, of course, it is all but certain that the Telophoroi will mount an all-out invasion. And then it will begin. The one who awaits at the hardest chaos will come for us. For you. Yet in the end, our true nemesis may be the calamity to end all calamities. The final days themselves. Yes, all right, Alphino. We need a plan, not portents. As Thancred so eloquently pointed out, we are in a position to seek information from all manner of places. Not least... Charlayan. According to Cryo, the Four may have been more secretive than ever of late. While this may be related to the appearance of the Telophoroi, that remains a matter of speculation. But one thing is clear, the Form is determined to keep us from discovering the truth. I don't remember how to say his name. Performance at the Lotus Stand was enough to convince me of that. The matter beareth further investigation, I do heartily concur. Nor can I think of a more promising place to look for the answers we seek on the matter of the towers. Charlayan hath been the wellspring of etheriological knowledge. I care not where we go. Here or there, my lance will be ready. And what of you, Mance? Might you be persuaded to join us? Ha! An island of... Okay, I'm actually going to say it after I click it. An island of bookworms and bureaucrats? Have we no other choice? To be frank, I myself would suit her plump for a tropical paradise, but Kryl does need our help, and who knows where the trail might lead us. It appears we're in agreement. We will have but to wait for Kryl to secure the necessary permissions. In the meantime, there is a matter I would investigate. Does it involve tall structures? By strange coincidence, it does. At present, I have only a creeping suspicion, but with your help, I will soon find out whether my fears are warranted. Meanwhile, in the Garlean capital... And there's the scythe. Ooh.
Those Eorzeans certainly are a stubborn bunch. Though I suppose you knew that already. My plan to redirect the ether from Cartano came to a rather less than satisfactory conclusion. It was, in many respects, an abject failure. Which does, of course, raise the question of where we are going to procure the requisite amount. The obvious solution would be to draw on resources a little closer to home, though that would require our dreamer to dream a trifle more deeply.
So be it. The dreamer will not complain.
Then let us begin the preparations at once. With the gateway of the gods complete, all that remains is to gather the necessary ether, and our prize shall be within reach.
Evil-looking tower.
The time has come to fulfill your heart's desire, my desire! To relieve those wretched creatures of their meaningless existence!
Okay, Kefka.
shall drink a sea of souls and
Gorge myself upon the darkened moon.
Then you shall come to me, all roiling rage and rancor.
And the stars shall bear witness to our final contest.
Jägerstola?
As I thought, the ethereal currents have been disturbed here too.
It was the same in Thanalan. Make that every location we surveyed.
And the strength of each current has diminished dramatically, far more than could be attributed to a natural occurrence.
What tidings bringest thou from Dravania?
We took a number of readings, and noticed that the closer we were to the tower, the lower the etheric density became. In short,
the towers are drawing upon the land's ether, which would explain how they were able to carry out the summonings.
Our allies must be informed of this. We should return to the Rising Stones and have Tataru relay our findings to them.
Hear me. Hear me.
Hmm? Whom?
Darkness comes. And with it, the end.
Whom?
The fate of the star is in your hands.
Was that Vinat? Or maybe Heidelin herself? I wonder.
Everything all right back there?
People have been looking at her and wondering, man, why is the moon red? People have been seeing her in the at seldom dawn grim purpose shines and gaze is cast toward moonlit sky. Thus does our final curtain rise, your steps to guide what end betides. Under the darkened moon. What's the title that I get for that? Dawn Treader. Mention more if we discovered its Lord return from Garlemald. Verily, the troops doth appear to have been tempered in much the same manner as those engaged in the construction of the towering edifice in the capital. When Arval tried to free Melger held in the castle, it triggered some sort of alarm, and the captives were killed instantly. As such, we have no choice but to leave them in the clutches of the Telophroi until a means of rescuing them has been found. In the meantime, the summonings of lunar profiles will continue, just as we must rely on the Grand Company to put down such entities and prevent any further abductions, so too do they rely on us to come through with our investigation. Alright, well, that's the end of Shadowbringers MSQ. That's the end of what I was gonna do today on stream. 10, I'm sorry about you raiding me, and I was pretty much done. I was only gonna stream for a little bit, just to do the main quest here. I know who I will raid though, and shall send your followers. To, if they're still here. No, I've got someone who I will raid. So
I can bring him in.
tell Sushi hi.
Oh my god.
He's a good dragon.
Oh, by the way, remember during Dead Rising yesterday when my keyboard broke? My control key. It fell off. It broke off completely. Well, I came up with a solution for now. I used a huge, like, galaxy brain move, and I took the other control key on the opposite side of the keyboard and just put it in.